up 81 feet to the city connection, and that's the pipe that you're seeing on the screen now, is the city line. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose on, and this is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like a good connection there. I think this might be transite pipe. Could be clay. Actually, based on how often we're seeing a joint, there's a good chance it's clay. Transite's usually a little bit longer. And some roots coming through the joint there, maybe just big enough that it would be worth cleaning it now. That would prevent waste from getting stuck on those roots and causing a blockage where it backs up. A few more roots there. I do think this is clay. The first part was just a little bit discolored, and so it looked whiter than it is, but now I can kind of see that red terracotta color. A few more roots there. Not huge, honestly, but better to take care of them before it causes a blockage. This is PVC pipe, so this section has been replaced at some point. Pretty short line. Average length of a line that I see is about 100 feet, so this is a little on the shorter end. Now we're transitioning into some cast iron. Cast iron can be the weakest link. It gets rough and rusty and will eventually need to be replaced. That looks like a clean out, and so probably right outside the foundation. There's another spot to access the line. I would recommend having the line cleaned because of the roots and also to smooth out some of this cast iron. I'm not seeing any standing water, which is a good start. That means that you have good grade. So that's the good news. Bad news is, still cast iron. It will eventually need to be replaced. But when you have good grade, sometimes you have the option of just blowing in a liner, and that's a lot easier than digging up the basement slab to get to this pipe. This area looks honestly pretty smooth. The rest of it was rougher, but this is how you want it to look. One caveat to that is that we can't look at it and know how thick the pipe is. We can see that it's not holding water and that it's looking pretty smooth, but we don't know how thick it actually is. Cast iron thins out over time, and eventually you can get channel rot where the bottom erodes away, or you can get areas where it collapses or pieces fall in. But I wasn't seeing that today. This is ABS. This is a different type of plastic. This is what was used in the house and under part of the slab. One thing I'm not positive about is how far the cast iron is subbed out. If that actually extends under the house or if it's all outside. If you're to have the line cleaned, they could also locate it and tell you exactly where that cast is, which I think would be insightful. I'm going to end this recording now.